All right, let's get back to the X-Files after a long hiatus, catching up on 2018 films. Man, I did not take a break from any 2018 films for a while, and I was very, very excited to be able to get back to these. I'm not going to be knocking them out like crazy because I still have lots of movies to catch up on, but here we go. We're back to it. Season 2, Episode 5, Duane Barry, written and directed by Chris Carter himself. This is an episode, I think, that is, very well known. I saw it all the time back in the day when this was airing. This was a syndicated, looped episode. The Duane Barry character is one of the more memorable characters of the series, of the little franchise here. And yeah, it's a good episode. It's a two-parter, and I did watch both here, so I want to talk about them back to back. Yet again, aliens. It's their bread and butter. That's what everyone wants to see at the end of the day with X-Files. Is like, do aliens. It's always got to be aliens with X-Files. That's the show's bread and butter. Duane Barry, Mr. I refer to myself in third person the entire time. I should start doing that in my reviews. Jason Smith thinks that this movie is pretty great. Jason Smith thinks that Death House is the biggest piece of fucking shit ever made. That'd be great. I'm going to start doing that. All right, well, let's see what else Jason Smith thinks about this. So, why would a guard... Because Duane Barry escapes, right? But he's in a mental hospital, and there's a guard, he's not even a guard, he's an orderly of sorts. He comes out, he might be security, whatever, but he has a gun? He just has a gun on the side of him with a bunch of lunatics walking around in a mental ward, and he just has a gun at his side in there at all times? No fucking way. No way these guys have guns. They have guns behind the screen there, and then when an alarm gets sound off or whatever, then they come out with the guns drawn and whatnot. But those guys do not carry guns, not to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe in 1992 or whatever the hell year this is, that was a thing. But dude, no fucking way. Why? Why would they have guns on him? That's crazy. So he grabs the gun. This dude, the actor here, Steve Railsback, right? This guy played Ed Gein. So this is him playing a crazy guy. There's not a far stretch for him. And he was a formal federal agent. He came to work dressed well every day. All feds dress well, right? At least in these TV shows. A former federal agent. And of course, no one believes him, but Mulder wants to come in and believe him. And of course, Scully is like, you don't know, Mulder, trying to get to him. Mulder, he needs to know this guy's full of shit. But it's like, Scully, you think everyone's full of shit, which is funny because then she changes her tune in the next episode where she's like, she finds this thing and it's like, what is this thing, Mulder? It's like people were cataloging him and this and that. It's like, oh, all of a sudden now you think that there's something to his story when you used to think there was nothing to his story 2 fucking seconds ago. But of course, this was when Mulder was holding a gun to him. Or no, he was holding a gun on Mulder. You know what I'm getting at. All right. So I guess they bring in Mulder because of the UFO thing and they want him to relate. But here's what I don't understand. Why would they bring Mulder in? This makes no sense to me. They don't want Mulder to go off script. They give him a script. Oh no! I knew my camera was gonna fall. I knew it. I have the thing propped up too high. Holy shit, guys. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I'm not editing it though, okay? Fuck it. I've had so many mess ups lately, and I'm keeping the bloopers in. Holy shit, people are gonna be watching this. They're gonna get fucking vertigo. Oh, that's great, man. That must have been a UFO. It was paranormal activity. Call Mulder. Yeah, call him for what? Getting back to that. So Mulder is called in on this, and they're like, here's the script. Stick to the script. Why? Why stick to the script? You're bringing Mulder in, right? Because he's Mr. UFO and you have some kind of thing in this, but you're sticking to a script. She tells him when he starts playing into his delusions, talking to him about his delusions, anything, CCH power, however the fuck you say this girl's name. She's like, no, don't play into that. Don't get it. And it's like, why'd you bring me then? You want me to stick to some hostage negotiation script. You have a hostage negotiator here who's giving me the script. Why not have him do it? Did I miss something? Am I crazy here? Maybe I should go back and rewatch that scene. Maybe I missed a bit of dialogue. I probably did, but I don't get it. Why bring Mulder in if he's not allowed to talk to this guy Mulder style? Makes no sense. And then they let him go in there? Like, after he clearly is going to break script? Because he puts the script down, he walks away, and they're like, he's a loose cannon. All right. I don't get that. That makes no sense to me. And then, so this guy is shot by Duane Barry because the aliens possibly come and they lose time, and Mulder's a believer. I don't know how Scully could fucking, refute that. Like, Mulder would be like, there was a big flash of light. Everyone lost 20 minutes. Clearly his story isn't bullshit. Whatever. Anyway. But so in that moment, Duane Barry freaks out. He shoots somebody. And Mulder's like, you know what? Someone in there is shot. I need to get in there. So let's take our sweet ass time getting me into an ambulance, or a medic. What the fuck? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. An EMT, a paramedic. There's the words I'm looking for. Anyway, so they get him dressed up as this freaking paramedic, and they're sitting there and they're giving him a script, and they're trying to tell him what's what, and they're introducing him to the other paramedic that's going in with him, that's an actual paramedic, and I'm like, this guy's fucking been shot and is in there bleeding out. You don't know how severe the injury is, and you're just taking your sweet ass time to get in there. Instead of sending regular paramedics to make sure that this guy isn't bleeding to death in the moment. It's so stupid. That's such a stupid sequence. I'm like, oh yeah. Because they do, and they take their sweet ass time about it. It like fades, and then it comes, and Mulder's like slowly buttoning, and he's sitting there, and he's looking at his script, and he's introducing him to the guy. There's no urgency to them at all. It's not like a guy's been shot or anything, right? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. All right, anyway. And I did like when Mulder talks him into letting the girls go, that one of the girls has to come over and be like, I just want to let you know that I believe you. Like, he made a believer out of a woman who he just held hostage for a long period of time. So I was like, oh man, he is a pretty convincing dude. And then, so he goes out, he gets shot, and then Scully goes to the store. Oh, I guess this is in this episode. Oh, shit. It is in this episode. She scans the barcode. So this is in the same damn episode. There you go. All right. I watched these a couple days ago, so that's why I'm kind of a loopy on this. But she goes up and she buys an entire big bag of groceries. And I'm not saying this is unrealistic. I'm just saying, like, oh my God, how the times have changed. She buys this full bag of groceries, big-ass bag, and it's an $11.14 worth of groceries. This much fucking food. That would be like one thing now. It's crazy how food is so expensive. Holy shit. But yeah, she scans the barcode and totally screws that system up for that chick who's like getting off work. She's like cashing out her register. She's walking home. She's about to leave. She's had a hard day. And what does Scully do? She fucks her day up and is like, I don't know, I didn't do anything, and leaves her. She leaves her. Who knows? The government probably came in there and freaking shot her. No witnesses. Oh man, she destroyed that girl's life. No. All right. And yeah, so Duane Barry's in critical condition after being shot, but then just jumps out of bed and is running all over the place and doing whatever. Sure. Why not? That was ridiculous. He shows no sign of an injury from this point on. He was shot by a sniper. Snipers don't use like small caliber weapons, okay? Whatever a sniper uses is going to fuck you up. This guy does not show any signs of injury after he gets up. And then he finds Scully's house, and I was like, what the hell? How did he do that? But Mulder kind of addresses this in the next episode, saying, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to do 2 for 1 here. We're going to jump right in. Since it's a 2-parter, I was going to do it in separate things, but whatever. So she's kidnapped. I like the sequences of like him looking through the house and seeing the blood on the wall, and then like the messages and the flashbacks. I thought that was all edited together very well. So I dug that. Deny Everything plays instead of the Trust No One or whatever. I thought that was interesting. You don't see many changes in that. But so yeah, Deny Everything. Mulder's got a 5 o'clock shadow in this to show us that he hasn't slept. He's not grooming himself properly. Skinner, of course, is like, Mulder, you're too close to this case. That was my best Horace Pinker I got, I guess. Horace Pinker. Fucking Christ. Give it. What does he say? Fucking, you got it, baby. Oh, Jesus Christ, that movie. Shocker. What a piece of shit. We get the song Red Right Hand in here, which I'm very familiar with from Dumb and Dumber and the first 3 Screams, right? It's in the first one for sure, and I think it's in the next 2 as well. So when I heard Red Right Hand, I was immediately taken to the first Scream and Dumb and Dumber, and then I'm pretty sure it's in the other ones. And then, yeah, Duane Barry, I mean, he fucking shoots a cop. So even if he does get the aliens to leave him alone, he's going to prison and probably dying there. You don't kill cops, man. They will fuck you up. You do not kill one of them. That is a big mistake. Everyone, I think this is that episode that's kind of well known because this is where Krycek is exposed to be a traitor. Oh, poor Krycek. He's not in it much as a mole. He really doesn't do a very good job. I want to say he's in it for like 3 or 4 episodes altogether before he's exposed as the mole. I think they could have played that much more. They could have had a moment where it was like, oh shit, like he turns on him. It would have been a much bigger thing. He just disappears. He just runs away. And it's like, oh, how deep does this thing go? Whatever. I don't remember. Maybe he comes back and he's like, it wasn't how you thought it was. I don't think that ever happens. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I fucking watched this. And yeah, so Mulder and him are driving, and Mulder falls asleep at the wheel, almost runs face first into a semi-truck, and then Krycek's like, you seem pretty tired. Maybe I should drive. I would be like, pull this motherfucking car over right now or I will shoot you in the face, Mulder. Are you kidding me? If someone fully fell asleep at the wheel, had 5 o'clock shadow, they haven't slept in days, he's just like over right, and he's literally in the same lane. They're like this far, this close to the freaking semi-truck, and he swerves out of the way last second. They almost die, and Krycek's like, maybe I should drive. And then he gives them like statistics to try to get him to pull over, but he should have had a much harder sell than just some statistics. Because even Mulder's like, you know, how many people freaking fell asleep and died because of listening to these boring statistics? I'm like, yes, I'm with you. The statistics ain't gonna freaking do this. Mulder pulls a gun on a guy in like 10 minutes later into this episode just because he won't, you know, let him go on this little cable car. And this, you know, dude has his life in his hands. He's driving like a fucking maniac. And I'd be like, you pull this car over right now, Mulder. And yeah, then he gets in the cable car and it goes. The whole cable car sequence is pretty dumb to me because Mulder is trying to get up there, right, to this place. And so Krycek's down there with this guy. I'm not sure what he was going to do once he knocked the guy out. How was he going to explain? Maybe he was going to say it was some other buddy, you know, but then he was going to have to explain that to Mulder, some other buddy. What the fuck was I saying there? Somebody else? I don't know. I was combining like 2 different phrases in one. I'm all over the fucking place tonight. But yeah, like he knocks the guy out. Mulder is ascending, right? Hence Ascension. And And he's going up, and so he stops him, right? Because Mulder's like gunning it. He's fast and furious in this. And he's jumping the freaking rails, and he's slowing down for a second and going over and whatever. It's a tense moment, actually, I will say. You know he's not going to fall, but somehow it's still tense. But Krycek stops him, right? And so Mulder gets out on top of the car, and then Krycek's like trying to throw him off, I guess, kill him. I don't know what he's trying to do there. He's trying to delay him or make him, I don't know. I mean, Krycek could have him killed at any moment. He's told multiple times, like, we can't kill him. It'll turn one man's freaking journey into a crusade or whatever. His religion into a crusade. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird because it's like he does it, and then Mulder starts to fall off, and then he gets in the car, and then Krycek just watches as Mulder's in the car, and it's coming all the way. He could have stopped it so many times, and it finally like enters the port, and then Krycek's like, shit, all right, I better run away. And it's like, you could have stopped it fucking 10 times. After he jumps in the car, you could have stopped it so many times so that he couldn't get to the top. I don't understand. Like, just keep doing it. Keep fucking with it or something. Like, it was just weird that he just let it go all the way to the top, and he actually has the reaction like, ah, shit. It's like, ah, shit, he's already in the car. What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't he shut it off? Why did he let it get all the way up in there? It was a long path left. It's just for dramatic effects and this and that. I get it from the episode, but when I'm watching it, I'm sitting there and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Lord. But whatever. It's fucking X-Files. And so Scully is taken, and Mulder is left to interrogate freaking Duane Barry here, and man, he beats the shit out of him. Mulder is not joking around here. I guess Krycek doesn't disappear at this moment. Obviously, he comes in, and he disappears after this. But, man, he should have freaking waterboarded his ass. He was really laying into him. And then, yeah, the smoking man goes and meets Krycek, so you get to kind of see them together. And then Mulder is accused of Duane Barry's death after he dies. And Krycek disappears. And then Skinner opens back up the X-Files. So here we go. The X-Files is back on because that's what they fear most. And Scully is still missing. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. I don't really remember when she comes back. It's probably next episode or something. But yeah, man, these were episodes I remembered pretty damn well. These were on loop back in the day. Good stuff. I had a lot of fun complaints, ridiculous shit, but still fun stuff. I like seeing Duane Barry. It's a shame that he had to die, but you know, his story was complete. I get it. It's just, he's a very memorable, iconic character of the show. Fun revisit, little two-parter here, a little special. Had some freaking fiascos here with my speech impediment tonight, I guess, or fuck-ups, and camera falling. I had all sorts of craziness on here, so there you go. A couple X-Files for you. Adios.